Hey people that are interested in cats, the paranormal and things. Now today I thought I'd show you how I feed my jumping spiders, but not the adult ones, but the baby ones. Since the female that I had, unfortunately she's passed away now, but she did leave was it 3 lots of egg sacs as she had before she left. And I do have another female who also gave me a big egg sac as well, and they're all in a tank at the moment together until I have to separate them. The joys. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I feed all the little baby jumping spiders. Now, I don't think it's a special technique, but I think everybody has their own individual techniques, and I just want to show off, or not show off, show how I do mine. Now, if somebody sees a way of doing it better, then let me know. Or you could say, well, actually, the way you're doing it is a lot easier. I don't know. And I do have a few now. I've sold a few just recently now. I've still got some left, and some I want to keep back, and then the next egg sac, when they become, you know, large enough to be separated before they try and munch on each other, because that's what they try and do. They will try and eat each other, but just not at the early stages as of yet. But yeah, it will come to a time that I'll have to separate them, which is fun, especially when you've got lots of little jumping things going different directions, and you're like, no, can't you cooperate? It's not fun, but in one way it's funny, because it's just like, where are you going? There's a lot of scary things out there outside the pot. I think you better just go in the pot. It's safer. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And like I said, if somebody can give me maybe a better way of doing it, let me know, because I really will appreciate it. Or you, like I said, you could say to me, actually, I like the way you're doing it. So we're going to go down to the floor, and yeah, I'll show you how I do it. Oh dear, it's so much fun. Right, so basically I've got an ordinary thing they're called really useful boxes. I've got one of them. This tub had, I think it was pretzels or something daft in it, but I was more after the box. It was just really cheap when I got it. I know they're still in B&M, but the price has gone up because it's not Christmas anymore. It's like, oh, okay. And then I'll show you on the floor, there's lots of little sling pots. Well, all the ones that I've had over the years, I've saved a bunch. And this is what I do. Now, I know some people will empty them straight in directly into the pots, but I'm afraid of them getting, like, you throw too many in. Let's just try and move this around so I don't knock things flying like I normally do. So I've got my flies. There we go. Lid off. Here they come. Out you get. No, get in there. Right. Now, I know some people put them in the fridge. I don't. Now, we've got 3 escapees, which I see, and this is what I do. Get in. Right, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Get back down. Yes. Now, any of the escapees, I do actually see them in the tub. And then that's one full. You'll see me in a minute. I'll try and put them in front, actually. No, and where the fudge. Now, when there gets too many, this is what I do. Put the lid on this. All the ones that are in here, them up now. And there's not that many in there. There's some, but not many. And then I try and catch them. It's not as easy in this because it's not a round tub. So just flick it with me. Come here. Get in there. In. Get in. Now some people do it really quick. I don't know how the flip they do it so quick. Get in there. I know you can pick them up, but sometimes I've had this tendency of crushing them. And it's like, no, you're meant to be food, not crushed flies. Come here, you little pain in the bum. I put about 5 in each one, and obviously if they're a bit bigger, they get a few more. But if they're too big, then they go on to bigger food. And where the fudge do you think you're going? So let's get some more. Right, you stop pretending your legs are not working. So go around flicking these in. And where do you think you're going? Get back. Now you can't really see much what I'm doing, but you'll see them when I fill them up. So what I'll do in a minute is I'll speed this up. Otherwise you'll be sat here all flipping day watching me do this. You're going to get back in there. Thank you. Get in. Get down. Get in. So these are already got a few in already. Let's see, look. Should be at least 5 in each. I count 5 so I don't overdo it. So I filled all these sling pots. I'll show you. They've all got fruit flies in. All of these. Bring you down low enough. Yeah, I've left a sign on one of them, what was in there. So next is feeding them, which everybody has fed their own jumping spiders if you've kept them in the past. So all I do is I'm going to spray them. Hold on. And then throw in their dinner. So, spray. See this one? It's in its hammock. And then this one seems a bit bigger, so I'm sure I did one with a few extras. Right. I don't really like feeding the males too much because obviously it means they grow quicker. So, lid off. He's still in his hammock. That, empty them in, lid down, done. Grab another one. Let's grab this one. It's in the hammock, but unfortunately you can't see because I accidentally knocked this over, so all the dirt went to the top, but it is in there. I'm trying to see where the fudge it is. No, it's moved. Oh, it's down at the bottom here, that's why. No, it is. So, water. One of these days I'll get this flipping thing right. Flies, tap them down, check he's not too close to the top. No, he isn't. Tip the flies in, and then he will have fun catching them. Like I said, when they get bigger, then they can have maybe nymph red runners, or what else do I give them? Baby hatchling locusts. See, that one is there. Water. I use this because it's a lighter spray. The other one that I've got is a bit too strong, and sometimes the water stream actually just knocks them straight down. Let's dip, and away we go. So I've got to feed that one. Oops. Those ones there. Those ones there. Those ones there. That. Then we've got, excuse me, there is some in there. Sorry, there is some in there, but they're near the top. Then we have some here. Are about in there, a couple in there. There. That's just two mantises in there. Now in here, there's babies, and there's obviously, see, there's another one up here. You can see it. Let me just turn it around. Just the light of my camera might be. Whoops. There we go. Now, when I did breed the first female, I did actually show it on here, and from that pairing she had quite a few babies. I think the first one was over 120 babies. I managed to count, but then, as the saying goes, don't always count your eggs, or don't count your eggs before they're hatched, because at the end of the day, even though they were hatched, some of them were that tiny and they're very, very vulnerable that sometimes they don't quite make it. It could be just they're that delicate that something happens to them, and you want every single one of them to live, but it's just basically just not possible. It'd be amazing if you could actually do that, but wow. Sometimes I know there's people that actually are in like a company and they manage to do it, and I don't know how. I mean, I've only got a couple of females. Well, one female, like I said, she passed away, unfortunately, but the other female I've still got, and I think she's on another egg sac, so more babies. But I've known people that have got all different types, and they just sit there, and it's like, wow, how do you do that? It's like when people are breeding tarantulas, which, yeah, there's some that I want to try and pair, and it's just like, wow, how can you do that? It's just, it's so much work. Fair enough, it is rewarding. It really is, especially when you see them. And they're such tiny little things. And they were little dots in the, obviously with mum. And then she lets them out. And then you're like, ah, no. And then you've got to try and get them. And then I put them into the big tub. That's you see I've got bigger ones, but I put them in that, and I'm sitting there flicking them into like a big tub to try and get them all together. It's like, get in. Sometimes you're picking them up with a little paintbrush, and obviously got the little webs, and you just lowering them in. It's quite funny. So yeah, it's joyful. But it amazes me how some people actually do it. I mean, mine was just a case of, I'll give it a go and see what happens. I mean, the very, very first female that I paired, that pairing didn't go too well. Unfortunately, she ate the male, and it's like, oh. Second time, wow. That was different. I mean, the second time, it must have took about 45 to 50 minutes. And the second time, couple of minutes, she was over and done with. But from what I've been reading, because I do try and research, I talk to people, I listen to people, you know, to see what they say, you know, what to do. You know, the best times, how to do it, you know, because you've got to make sure that the male's ready, the female's ready, feed the female up, you know, little things like that. You know, you've got to look out for the little signs when they're ready. So, did all that. So, you know, and then I've read up on them, so I read as well. But sometimes, like I said, that's why I like to listen to people and what they say to do, because sometimes I find online certain forums can be very conflicting with each other, so you can get really, really confused. Now, these jumping spiders that I've got are the Philippus Regis. The ones I've got is the Florida. Now, I am interested in getting other types of jumping spiders, which I will eventually get. I mean, I've had them in the past. I mean, I've had many, many different types of jumping spiders and other jumping spiders in the past, but mine was just to keep, you know, feed, you know, interact with, because that was more of me getting used to them, how they were, how they, you know, how they are in themselves. Because I didn't really want to get one and decide, I know, I'll try and breed it. It's like, no, I wanted to see how they grow, how they act, everything. See the little characteristics, the way they watch you and everything. It's really, really cute. You don't expect something so small to look so fluffy, and just, it's like, wow, how can spiders look like that? But mind you, I even like all the other spiders anyway, but jumping spiders, oh wow, they're really, really cute. So yeah, anyway, if you can think of any better ideas of feeding jumping spiders, let me know, because I do think I do it pretty quick, but then people might do it quicker. I mean, like I said, some people will put them in the fridge. Unfortunately, the other person that I live with, Simon, doesn't like me putting them in the fridge, so I don't get that chance to do it. So instead, I'm running around like a lunatic, flicking them into these sling pots. And then obviously going through them all, spraying them, then throwing the food in one by one. And then once they're fed, then obviously get them to the next. And then when there's so many, I'll just be emptying them into there. But there might be easier ways. I don't know. So if you can think of anything better, please let me know, and put all the ideas and easier ways of doing it down in the comments. But I will throw some pictures up of the little jumping spiders, some of the babies, and might try and take some more pictures later. But I do have a competition going. I did actually give you the question last week and the prizes that are to be won. So, yeah, I will put the details again down in the comments. In the description, sorry. And basically, you get the link to the video from Monday last week. And obviously, if you want to watch the video, then you will hear the question. And then on that video, put the answer to the question in those comments, please. Now, the prizes that you see near in the video, they are for UK only and for subscribers. But also, if you are from, you know, a different country and you do win, then you do need to nominate to another person, because obviously I can't afford to send it away overseas as of yet, because I just can't afford it. It's silly. I wish the prices were lower, because otherwise I wouldn't have minded, but they're just far too expensive. Anyway, like I said, I will add some pictures of the jumping spiders and maybe do some videos of them. But yeah, tell me what you think anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.